Okay, folks, I'm here. Maybe somebody will come over from the other section. I had it set up, waiting on it. Went to hit the go live, and it just went off. I don't know what happened to it or nothing else. So hopefully, y'all will find me because I don't have a clue. There's Havita, guys. There's Ed, guys. I don't know what the heck. It's done that twice now. Have it ready to go, and when I hit live, it just disappears. So anyway, here we are again, guys. Good Lord Almighty. Hopefully, I'm not driving too many people crazy. I hope they do, Havita. You know, I can screw up some stuff quick. I figured that out already with this computer. Okay, there's Jerry. Yeah, I started a new live. I couldn't figure out how to get it back. It just disappeared, Jerry. I don't know what happened. You know, I'm using the YouTube live where it says go live on YouTube, and it brings everything up and set everything up, and it's waiting for me to punch go live. And when I punch go live, it just disappears. It's gone. I mean, there's nothing there. So we'll figure it out, guys. I don't know where it went. It's still floating around out there somewhere, obviously, because there's people probably still over there. Poor EVMUK. I don't know what the heck that is. Couldn't afford StreamYard anymore, guys. They just got ridiculous. And I couldn't believe it, because they went from nothing to way up there. But you know how that goes. Oh, Lord. Hey, Christy. How are you, honey? Good to see you in here. Poor old Wheat. She may never get back over here. She called me today. She says, are you going live tonight? And if you are, what time my time? I said, be 7 o'clock your time, honey. Hey, Demoose, how are you? Lord God. So I'm going to break that down. MUXEV, whatever. I'm going to check it out, Jerry. Because, with StreamYard, you could set them up, and you should be able to set them up on here. And it comes up, where I thought it would come up over there in the managing thing, whatever, the calendar or whatever, where I could just click on it. So I went to there. And it's stuff from back when I first started. So I don't know what the heck. It may be down at the very bottom. I don't know. It looked like it was getting further away. So I just said to heck with it. Let's see who else is on there. Let's see. Poor Miss Sweet. I hate it. There's a link. Okay, Jerry. I'll save this and click on it when this is all over. Because I ain't going to take time to write it down right now. Lord Jesus. Y'all, as the old saying goes, I could screw up a wet. We'll leave the rest of it blank. I believe I could. Call me if you need help. Okay, Jerry. Well, I just hate to, because, you just got off of your live, and y'all probably ready to eat or get your dogs out or whatever the heck. It's just good God Almighty. All right. Yeah, and I got to definitely do that. Even if I have to pay a one set rate, at least then I wouldn't be, continuing this thing. It's like crazy. Well, thank you, Jerry. I sure do appreciate that. You and Susan are sweethearts, both of you. Lord, guys, this little kitten, I got scratches all over me. This thing, he claws like a wildcat. I'm not kidding. Or it's a she. I don't know what we're going to name it. I was hoping somebody would send me some ideas for names on the video that I put out of the rabbits and all, but not a single person gave me a name. But anyhow, Joey keeps telling me I need to name her Rat Tail because she's got a long tail and there's hardly no hair on it. I mean, she's got hair, but it's just super, super short right now. I don't know if that's normal since they're so little. Just never raised the one this size. But when I started out, she was less than 6 ounces. Well, she was less than 6 ounces. That's right. And then now I don't even know now because she's doubled it. She may have tripled that way. So she's definitely eating. I know one thing. Joey was trying to feed her, and he said, she's clawing me to death. And I said, yeah, I know. I said, here, that's what this towel's for. So I had a little hand towel. And I told him, I said, wrap it around and don't leave nothing out but her head. That way she can't claw you. She's a little devil, guys. She is a little devil. Well, I've raised rabbits before, but I just don't know exactly when the Jersey wool rabbit bred. All I know is when I bought her, they said she was bred. So I put a rabbit box in there. So if she were to go get ready to start having babies, she'll have a box in there. It don't look like she's even got in the darn thing. I put pine shavings in it. I don't know if I should have put hay in it. Some of y'all that raises rabbits, Jessica, that's a pretty good name, She was all hot too. On the Bugs Bunny video, cartoon, or whatever it was, the movie anyway. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Lord. And hopefully the little spotted rabbit is bred. Put her in with a male anyway, the solid white one. Hopefully she's going to dwarf off by the end of the month. That's what I'm figuring it. Because isn't it like 28 days, something like that it takes for a rabbit to have babies? Heck, I don't even know. I ain't even looked it up, and it's been a long time since I've had rabbits. Good God. Thank God I still hadn't thrown out my pen, so I had my rabbit pen up front and my pen in the back. So when the mamas have babies, I've got somewhere. I'll probably leave all the babies up there in this pen and move the mamas in the back. Because the old pen's old, and the buck broke through and got to the wool rabbit, but I caught him just as he was squeezing through there. So I had to put new wire up where somebody had cut and put a feeding, one of those feeding things, and set it in there so it'd be inserted in it. Well, it was in the middle of the darn thing, between the partitions, between the two cages. So I got that thing patched up with some, a quarter inch, or not quarter inch, but what is it, half inch wire? I guess it's rabbit wire is what we always called it. Anyway, so got it patched up, and also he's not been able to get back in there again, but he was dead after getting in there. I don't know if he was in there for her or if he was in there for the food, because I hadn't put any feed in his pen yet. But thank God I caught him when I did. So we'll see what happens, guys. We will see what happens. Let's see. Okay. Jovita, I'll go with that. Jessica and Roger. Wait, that can be the two, the black and white one and the big solid white one. So now we still got the wool rabbit. So did I tell y'all somebody, one of Joey's buddies, or Joey one, they were all out there in the swing doing their thing, drinking. This weekend, one of his buddies came down and visited with us from up in North Georgia. And anyway, they were all laughing about its little tail because we have exposed it to Cinnamon. And Cinnamon did okay with me. When Joey took him out there, he set him up on the back of the flatbed where Cinnamon was eating, and Cinnamon hissed at him. And so he said, they're not going to get along. They're not going to get along. Jesus Lord said, I am the village idiot for sitting on the live that died. Well, honey, Miss Wheat is still there too. And I sent a post. I need to send her a text, I guess, to let her know that it ain't there no more. Oh, poor thing. Bless her heart. Let me see if I can get it over there. We had a benefit ride this weekend for a friend of ours. he had to have open heart surgery. I think I asked you guys to pray for him. I'm not sure, but he had to have open heart surgery. And then they had to go back in and put in a defibrillator. So he's just getting over that. And then his wife found out she has breast cancer. And it's a very rare breast cancer. Speaking of breast cancer, guys, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as you all know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. And if I ever go to making any money on this channel, it'll go to breast cancer awareness research or something. I've already donated some money that I didn't make. So I've been making donations anyway to them, so I don't guess it matters. But I would like to be able to contribute. You know, that would be nice if this channel had a reason behind it, you know, something like that. Jovita said Bugsy for the wool rabbit. That might be cute. I'll write that down. Y'all got any more suggestions? Y'all better come up with them because I'm not good at naming anything. We'll have to get name tags put up for them. So yeah, just it's going to be something else. I told Joey we need to name this little thing Claus, or else name her Hope, or Mishap, or Road Rage. What do you call it? Roadkill. Because, you know, I found her in the middle of the road. For the male bunny crazy Ed. Hey, we could handle that then. Writing them down. Hopefully we'll get some more suggestions. You know, we got the two pigs, the male and female pig too. Both my grandmothers and sister had breast cancer, and I've had 2 biopsies. Bless your heart. Well, it sure runs in your family. Have they done that test? What's it called? Dang, if I hadn't been trying to come up with it, I could tell you. My doctor told me, he said, you know, I asked him, I said, should I start taking, I think it's tamoxifen. When I wasn't even 40 years old when I found out about mine. I was right before I turned 40, guys. And he told me, if you were my wife and were this age, hey, wait, just come on. Said, I made it. Hey, wait, it's not your fault this time, baby. It's me. I put the thing in here, and when I hit to go live, it just went away. I don't know what. Maybe my finger didn't hit go live. Maybe it hit in stream. I don't know. But then I tried to bring it back up, and I couldn't find it, and it just went zoom. It was gone. Porky and Petunia for the pigs. That might work. Yeah, they are male and female. The little red one is the female, and the black and white one is, or black and brownish white, I guess, is the male. So, yeah, that might be. Somebody asked me, well, Joey's buddy that was here this weekend, he says, are y'all going to eat them? I said, no, we're not going to eat them. Joey says, you ain't gonna eat none of them rabbits either. I said, yes, I am, till you wait and see. So they're all in betting now, making bets as to whether I'll be able to do anything with them. But, you know, you got to. If you're going to raise them, I'm telling you, these little suckers eat. They eat like crazy. And I told Joey, I said, I'm going to quit feeding that trough, filling the trough up all the way, because they get in there and claw it out. But the chickens just get extra feed, you know, because they go right up under the pen and go to getting that feed the rabbit claw out. Lord Jesus. You didn't miss me at all, Wheat. Didn't miss me at all. That's so funny. Yeah, just, it's been one of them days. Let's see. Yeah. Trying to write these name suggestions down. Yeah, but, you know, I was watching, dang, my mind is blank. But anyway, he was saying that if you bred them, not every time, but you could get up to 600 pounds of meat a year just from two females and a male. So we're going to see how that goes. I don't know. I've just got the one male, but I figured, what's up? Waskell. Hey, that's a pretty cool name, Waskell. Like that. I like that. Wait, you ain't come up with a name for us? pork chop. If you're going to eat them, that's the kind of names you give them. Pork chop or sausage or something like that. But I'm not going to eat the male and female. Hopefully we'll eat the offspring of the male and female, and they will remain pets, hopefully. But I like that. My pen quit writing, of course. Come on. Yep, it's one of them things, guys. It's one of them things. But anyhow, yeah, that little kitten, it is bouncing all over the house now, following us around. He tries to climb up our britches. Joey was sitting out at the swing. Him and his buddy were sitting out at the swing, and I told him, I said, here, keep an eye on the little rat while I go feed the chickens and all, So Joey and them were talking, and he said he got feeling something, and that little cat had done run up the inside of his britches leg and made it all the way to his knee. And then it turned around and went back down because it couldn't get any further than that because he was sitting on the swing. I said, good Lord. Even the pen quit working. I'm telling y'all. It writes when I try to make it right. How you'll do, scratch, it writes then, but then when I try to write on the paper, it's not right. And I don't know what the heck. You know how it is. I'm telling y'all, it's something else. My neighbor has a pig named Portobello. Hey, that's kind of cute. But I hate to copy her, but that's kind of cute. We had one years and years ago. We had that pig, and her name was Ava. And she was just sweet as she could be. She just... Alvita said, someone dumped 2 mama cats and 5 kittens. People suck. They sure do suck. And, it's so sad because the animals have no choice. I mean, they just survive. And, I don't know whether there might have been some more, and maybe the mama cat was dragging them off somewhere, to try to have a place to hide them. And that's just one that was left and had crawled out into the road. You know how that goes. Hey, there's Brent. How are you? Papa Wheelie. Hey, if I could, I would. Believe me, I can flip one. I know that. Talking about pumping a wheelie with my granddaughter, Haley, the one that just had a baby, when they were like 5 and, I don't know, 10 or whatever, 5 and 12 or something, however old they were, 5 and 7, something. We bought them, both of them, 4-wheelers for Christmas, that first year because they really went through some trauma and all that. So we bought them they were used 4-wheelers, but they were in good shape, and Joey had redone them and all. Well, she took off down the lane between the 2 pastures, and she was riding along. Joey had them governed down, he thought, but she didn't. The littlest one was. Now, Haley was a little hellion. She wasn't scared of nothing. She was flying down through there, and all of a sudden she hit the fence. Well, it just run right up that darn fence and flipped over backwards, which scared us to death. Joey run down there, and you got to know Joey's got bad knees. To see him running was, it scared him to death. He got down there and squatted down because she was screaming, of course. He got down there, and she was just laying there, and the 4-wheeler wasn't touching her at all. She was just screaming because it scared her. He said, "You didn't crawl out from under there." Well, they were little Honda 50s, guys, and them little 50s are tough. It'll haul my big old butt, so yeah, and it'll haul Joey too, So them little suckers are tough, and I mean every kid in the neighborhood has rode those darn things, and we went through 8 grandkids now, and all of them's rode them, so they pretty doggone tough. Haley got to where she could pull it and crank that thing up, but Madison would complain. Oh, lordy. Yeah, they can be dangerous. And that's when it really scared Joey. And so he really governed them down, really, especially Haley's. But those kids got to where they could do all kinds of stuff on them. And they had the wagon out there and had it tied behind the 4-wheeler and had all their girls, buddies, and cousins and all in the wagon and on the fenders of the 4-wheeler. Them little 50s is tough, I'm telling you. And they was dragging that wagon around with all them kids. I bet there'd be 6 of them on 4-wheeler. Joey said it's a good thing he had a governed down. Whew. Yeah. Our youngest granddaughter here, Lizzie, she rides it every once in a while, but she'd rather be in the air conditioning. They don't go out and play like Haley and them were outside kids a lot because I ended up babysitting them a lot. So them little youngins was something else. Speech to gibberish as usual. Well, that's just the way I am. I hate that. I'll try to slow my volume down. As y'all know, I'm always listening to these books on tape and stories on tape and whatever. I was listening to one the other day, and I swear to God, that poor girl, she had just started out and she didn't have it like 27 or 28. The story, subscribers, the story might have been good, but her voice was dragging so bad. So I couldn't stand it. And I think I talk pretty doggone slow, y'all, compared to a lot of people. My grandkids from up there in Ohio, I'm telling you what, they talk. Sometimes I'll have to say, huh? What'd you say? Talk slower. Because I can't understand them. They'll all run together. My ears just don't separate them words like they do. Okay. You're using speech to gibberish. I understand that. But anyhow, y'all, it's just one thing after another around here. We got our little thing. We ain't got no rain, but I sprayed the top of the barn, and it seems to be running beyond the rabbit pen, so that's good. And if any blows in, I left the plastic, or what it is a big long thing of thick. It's not really plastic. I don't know what you call it. It's almost like a conveyor belt, except it's solid. That I've got laying across the top of it. So if it were to blow in under where the barn is, at least then that's still on there, so that I keep anything that does blow in. If it's blowing, blowing north, I don't think the rain ever blows that way, but just in case, I guess. Anyway, don't hit that thumbs up while hammering the like button. Ain't that the truth, guys? Oh, let's see. Somebody just sent me a message. I don't know who the heck that is. Anyway, I bet you I do know. We have one of them home health folks coming to the house, so that's probably who that is because I don't recognize the number. And they sent a message. Most of the time they don't send you no messages if they're telemarketers or whatever. I get so upset of these dang phone calls. The government, supposedly, if you're retired and you draw Social Security or whatever, they're giving you these knee braces and back braces and all that stuff. Obviously, these people make a lot of money off of them things because I bet we get 10 calls a day. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'd like to just wax them folks, It ought to be, they say it's against the law, but they don't do nothing about it, and hitting those spam, putting them on spam and all that, so that they're not supposed to be flagging them and all that. It don't do no good. They just got another number. I get a call from 14 different locations. It'll all be the same. I don't know if it may not be the same folks, but it'll all be, different area codes, different numbers, different parts of Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. I mean, just all over the place. And if you ever answer one from says it's from Georgia, man, you'll get all kind of calls from them from Georgia. Don't answer 99% of our calls. I can understand. Supposed to be big storms on the southeast coming weekend. Ooh, girlfriend, I hope not. I don't know. Have y'all heard anything about a factory blowing up? Maybe an electric factory? Maybe, I don't know if it was a nuclear factory or anything up there in Tennessee. Something popped up on my news feed about 19 people missing, but I'm not seeing anything about it since then. So I don't know if it's something that just happened or something that happened in the past and for some reason it just popped up. I don't know. Looked on the news and hadn't seen anything on there. So 19 gone. They are 19 people gone. Good Lord. Ammunitions plant. Oh man. Well, I know they showed pictures of it and you could see it was a pretty good sized place, and then you seen it wasn't nothing there. I mean, I couldn't see a brick even. It blowed everything up. And I hate to say that in a funny way. It was horrible. Horrible to think about. Just think about the people, the families, that's just just horrible. Just, oh, that's just terrible to think about. So anyway, guys, to get back, that we got one little black hen. Doggone it, she's still in with the pigs now. She's been in there for over a week. I thought eventually she'll fly out because the other one I feed the pigs. I have to throw some food out for her because them pigs will run her off from the food pan. So I throw some of their food out and throw some chicken feed too in there for her. Well, the other chickens will fly in there and eat it, or crawl through the wire or whatever, jump up and go through the wire or whatever. Her butt is still in there like she's trapped. What the heck? I wonder sometimes just how smart them chickens are. They can't be too doggone smart. At least not that anyhow. Tonight I was putting the 3 little chickens up, and about 2 or 3 of my older hens run in there because I give them food. Well, I just lock them in there with them so they can get used to the littler hens. That way, in a few weeks, I can put them little ones in with the others, to kind of have them all in one pen. So I have to walk from one side of the cut property to the other to feed. These pigs, the darn little chicken just lays down right beside them or sits down right beside. They'll be all laid out there, stretched out asleep. The chicken will be right between them. So these pigs obviously are not, they're not full-grown pigs, guys. These are the cooney pigs. So they're supposed to be just a little bit bigger than regular potbelly. But just the size for, supposedly, if you were going to process them, a small family, meat for like a small family, small hams and that kind of thing. We'll see, guys. We'll see. I don't know. Don't know much about them other than that. Everybody's raving about cooney right now. Deep fried chicken is the best. Ain't that the truth? Oh, my grandmama could snatch one up off the ground and go throw it over there, hang it up on the clothesline. Let all that stuff, just thinking about it. I tried wringing a chicken. I wrung, and that poor old chicken just looked at me like I'd lost my mind when I got through. It didn't do nothing to it. I don't know what she done. I think it has something to do with you wring it and then you snatch it or something. I don't know. Maybe it dislocates the neck or whatever. But I know my daddy would snatch one up and throw it down on a chopping block with a chop axe and whack that head, and it just run around out there in the yard. I know that's horrible to think about, guys. Ever hypnotize a chicken by putting its head down on a straight line? No, never done that. But if you pick one up and flip it upside down, it'll quit flapping. It'll be just like. So maybe that has something to do with it. All the blood runs to its head at one time and it can't think. I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people tote them that way. They'll take a piece of tape, like at the farmers markets and stuff. They'll take a roll of black tape out of their pocket, tape them legs together, and they'll have 5 or 6 of them and have them slung across the arm like that. Just thing. Hey, Reverend Joe. How's the weather up there in East Iowa? It was like 49 this morning here, guys. I had to get up and I couldn't find a little light throw to put on the bed, so I just got my house coat. My feet had done got cold. I was warm everywhere else except my doggone feet, so I just throwed it over the bottom down there where my feet were and went on back to sleep after that. But boy, I laid there and wiggled and tried to get my feet warm by touching my leg or something. It just, every time I'd move my foot, it'd get cold again. So that's what I ended up doing. We had coonies once, and they got so big they weren't. Oh, well, that may be what mine looked like, because they eating, doggone it. They eating a lot. And they rooting a lot. I told Joey, I said, we might have to move them to another pen. I can plant in that big old pen next year, because they doggone rooting it up. That's for darn sure. So, feeding too much. Well, that's the thing about potbelly pigs, that they have like over in Vietnam and in other countries. Well, we have them here too. People eat them. What is it? Frugal off grid. John, I don't know if you guys watch him. He is hilarious. I've watched that. his YouTube channel since the very beginning, the very first YouTube video he put out. It was so funny. Bless his heart. He showed up on his piece of land that he thought his piece of land was, got his GPS, and he went to unloading stuff, and he was a big boy then. I bet he weighed 340 pounds. He was way up in the 300 and something. He's lost over 150 pounds. But when he showed up there, he was a big boy. And let's see, did I miss anything? 90 degrees here today, South Texas. Cool 81 right now. Texas has dry heat. I don't know about that, Brent. I don't know about the dry heat in Texas. I've seen Jared and them sweating like dogs over there. It'd be just running off of them and dripping. Joey's one of them people that sweats like crazy too, and it'll be just dripping. His socks will be wet when he takes his boots off in the evening, guys. In fact, he's had to come in and change socks before. In the mid-80s today, could hardly stand it outside. High humidity levels in South Texas, 61%. Yeah, y'all got humidity like we got here. Yeah, I was out there messing with that darn roof thing, guys, and I was just glistening. I was just damp, all over. I was starting to get them little stains here and there and everywhere, and I said, dang, this is going to look pretty on the video, ain't it? And it was starting to run in my eyes. You know how it goes, how you'll get them in the creases in your eyes and make your eyes start burning from it. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Oh, by the way, thanks, Brent. You guys, if you don't think about it, give me that thumbs up when you go out. I need all the thumbs up and the help I can get to try to get this channel out there. I've lost a few subscribers here lately. Figuring it out with catfish. Hello. How are you? Glad to have you in here again. Yeah, it's just amazing to me. It is just amazing how the weather can change. It can be 90 degrees in the day and then be like 49 last night. It's like desert temperatures, here in Georgia. So I don't know what's going on. But it's been so hot here, even with us putting the AC, I always keep it around 78, 77, 78 degrees to try to keep, ourselves where we won't die when we walk outside, because you got the air set on 70 and then you go outside and it's 100, you really feel it. So we try to keep it that way. So anyhow, my feet got cold, so today I went and got my bedspread and put it back on the bed because I had taken it off because it'd been so doggone hot. So put the bedspread back on the bed, and then on top of the bedspread, I put me a throw just in case, because it's a light bedspread. So the sun starts to feel like I don't know if it's just after year 60. It's after you're 60, the sun, I don't know. It didn't used to bother me. And I think after I retired, I got softer, going through all this. And then with the lupus, I let myself go and quit doing as much and all that. And so it makes it harder and harder for me to get out there when it's so doggone hot. Had to turn my little buddy propane heater on a few minutes this morning. I bet you did. I've got one of those that's the little buddy, and then the Mr. Buddy that has the 2 tanks. But that little buddy will put out some doggone heat. I had one of those New Wave or whatever it is, the flameless heaters. Had it in my old horse trailer. That thing wouldn't keep that trailer warm. I mean, it just didn't put out enough heat for it, and it was insulated. So I had to get me, and heat rises, guys. So you're sleeping in a horse trailer up in the gooseneck, So I was freezing, so I took that out and got me one of those little buddy heaters, and it did the job, guys. It did the job. Eventually I had to get me a regular propane tank that I could sit in there and run the buddy heater off of. Well, I hooked up the line where that other heater had been to my buddy heater, and it worked good. Let's see. Want one of those propane heaters that you just mount on top of a 20-pound tank. Hmm. You talk about the ones that have the little round uh, grill like thing, and they light up and it just blows the thing. I think that would work good, but I was always afraid if that sucker were to turn over, because the buddy heater, if it tilts, it goes off. It cuts out automatically. So let's see. Papa Wheelie Big Mac. Uh, so anyway, yeah, so it just makes you wonder, guys. It makes you wonder. What the heck? Oh, we got a place here we found out about that'll fill those little 20-pound, I guess the gas grill propane tanks. I think they're 20-pound. Fill them for $10. We've been taking them to Tractor Supply and getting them filled for 12 or 13, right at 13 each time. And I said, to heck, we need to start going to this place, and they only do it on Thursdays. So we're going to take a couple of tanks this week down to this place. It's a pretty good deal. I got a liquid fill line that goes from our big propane tank in the yard so we can fill our 20-pound tanks now. That's a cool idea. I've heard of people taking those little canisters like you put on the buddy heaters, that they're made for, and putting them in the freezer and then taking them out and filling them with propane. Makes you wonder. I don't know. It's kind of scary to think about. They say that don't fill all the way, but I'd be afraid I fill it too much and then that sucker blow up on me. Try to move the buddy with it on, it cuts off. That's exactly right. So that has that safety thing. Hey Bushcraft, how are you? What's up? Well, what's up is it's cold last night and that little kitten we're bottle feeding is clawing us to death. That sucker has its claws out. She'll retract them sometimes, but not when she's eating. When she is eating, that little devil goes crazy with it. Never seen nothing like it. I could handle moving the buddy and worrying about shutting it off or whatever. I hate the new washing machines that have locking lids I know that's right. I hate that too, because then you can't use it. And, I don't know. People like those front loaders. I've got a front loader, but I believe I'd rather have a top loader so that you could actually start it up, get the water in there if you wanted to soak something, because we get pretty doggone dirty around here, and put them in there and let them soak, Well, if I need something to soak, I have to go soak it in there where I wash the dogs. I use the sink for washing the dogs, guys. It's supposed to be a laundry sink, I guess is what it's called. But anyhow, I use it. So I have to soak stuff in there, which is all, the whole different room, and then you got to put it in something else to keep it from dripping all over the floor. Then you got to take it out of that container and put it in the front loading wash machine. Well, you've just made a mess. Or I do anyhow. So then I have to go behind all that with the mopping up all the stuff that I've done. So anyway, yes, I agree. You used to get a washing machine. Hey, Ark. Wild Man Survival. Hello. I'm so glad to see you in here. I enjoyed your live the other night. And where are you from? Are you from South Georgia or where? In case you're still in here. I didn't realize where you guys were from. I have a friend of mine's sifting some soil. She's from down there in Texas. So I think you know her. Please, Brother Robert R. Wildman. First washing machine I got in 79 when I married lasted 25. I know it. And you used to could buy a used washing machine, one of them old ringers, especially not General Electric, Maytag from Sears. You get one of them suckers and they would last forever. And if something happened, all you did is replace the belt. They didn't wear out. Nowadays, you buy something and if the belt goes out, you got to replace the whole doggone thing, or else you just trash that one, and they cost so darn much. Washing machines and dryers, the washing machine used to be real high, and the dryer, there ain't much to it. It's just a heating element that, has a little motor that turns the table. Well, dryers used to be real cheap. Nowadays, they cost as much as a washing machine. It's just ridiculous. Let's see, what else did I miss, y'all? Okay. Art Wildman is your neighbor. I didn't know that. Good for you. Cool. We had an old Westinghouse refrigerator. Well, you know what? Talking about that, we had one of those when I first got married. You know those old refrigerators that were rounded at the top? We had one of those suckers. And when I bought this place, there was an old refrigerator in here that had it's the little ice box, basically. And it had the a round coil-like thing sitting on the top of it. That sucker still worked. It's out in the barn now and ruining. I need to give it to somebody that'll take care of it, have it redone or something. Because, unless the motor's locked up on it, I know you'd have to redo the Freon, but that sucker would still run, Of course, there's not enough room in there. It's about the size of one of those little college units, but, so I met you at the... Yeah, okay, you sure did. Okay. Let's see. Any color print? So she's answered yes and got the job. Missed something there. When my grandmother's first job at Westinghouse went for the interview, they asked her if she could read blueprints. She said, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Still using the solar dryer. Oh, weep, by God. Y'all seen her solar dryer in her tiny house video, guys? She's got a cool solar dryer. That's the kind we used to have, except ours wasn't near as nice as hers is. Her brother-in-law did a good job building hers. Y'all, we have a visitor. She's trying to climb up my leg. Let me get her. Hey, Skinny Pig, come here. Come here, Pig. Oops. She run away. Oh, but Nugget says, yep, they do. Hey, Casper. Now Casper's jealous. Y'all, I've done caught several times Casper and the little kitten will be laying together in the bed. I think it's so funny. And last night, I was giving them a snack. I said, okay, it's snack time. It's nighttime, night. And I'll come in here and get a snack, and they take off into the back bedroom. So I give them their snack, and they go get in the bed and go to sleep. Well, I close the door till the next morning. Last night, when Casper got his snack, he run back in there and got in the little bed that I'd put down for the kitten. He's jealous of this cat. It's the funniest thing I ever seen. I always liked hanging. I liked hanging clothes on the line too, and especially bed sheets, because man, they're crisp and they just smell so good when you get them off that clothesline, that sun and stuff. I think we got another little monster down here. Where you at, monster? Come here, monster. Let me see if I can get him. What are you doing, Timbug? Come here. There she is. She's a little devil, guys. She is getting big. I was looking at her today. She had them little eyes just looking at me. And it looked like she was all eyes. She's cute as she can be. So what did we decide we're going to name the kitty cat? Look at them blue eyes, y'all. And she's getting, when I first picked her up, she was all black here, except for right there in the face. You could see she was a different color on one side of her face, which the yellow or the browns or whatever are coming out in her hair now. So I think that's kind of cute. But Nugget said they got to put up a new solar dryer. When I had the deck out here that had the, around the swimming pool before I finally just said the heck with it and we're getting rid of the swimming pool. Hey. me put her down. Maybe she won't try to climb up my leg. Anyway, but I had a dryer. I had Joey make me a thing that fit across there, guys, and it fit down, and we still got it around here somewhere. He made it that would fit right down on those 4x4 posts, and Lean had a piece that come out. And I had me a clothesline, so I could just walk out on the deck. I never had to go out in the yard, never had to put shoes on because I run around the house barefooted all the time. And that's one of the things I'm having to get used to with all this gravel out here under the carport, guys, because I'm used to running out there, doing stuff, getting stuff out of the car and all barefoot. Well, now I got to put shoes on because that doggone gravel hurts my feet. Let's see. Miss Shredder. Hey, that might be a doggone good name for her because she sure is a shredder. She'll shred me, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a cute name. We may have to go with that. Somebody said Frankel Fender. I don't know about that. I think Shredder is pretty doggone good because she's got them claws out. I don't know if y'all seen them, but whew, she's pretty doggone tough with them claws now. And I mean, I clipped them with some little toenail clippers. I clipped them claws, and I mean, it was like the next day they were just as sharp. I think maybe if you clip them, they grow longer. I don't know. Velcro might be a good name too. That might be a good name. Write it down. I'll run it past the kids around here. They all get to help me name stuff. That's cute. Velcro, because she sure sticks to you. Tries to climb you and everything else. What? She's looking at me like I'm insane. Come here, dude, bub. See if y'all see these doggone claws. You gonna show them your claws? Where's the camera? She ain't got them out now. She's making a liar they are. Y'all see them? I mean, she keeps them out all the time. Duct tape. That 100-mile-an-hour stuff, huh? Shredder was the bad guy on the Ninja Turtle. Yeah, that's right. He was, wasn't he? She might be a bad girl. She's a very bad girl right now. We're hoping, Joey and I were both laughing about it. And, you know, he's really a cat person. I'm not really. I'm an animal person, but I've never been a real big cat person. But I'll tell y'all a story. My dad was such an ass. When we were little, we had some cats. Well, he got mad about something, and he made us throw them cats out in the yard while he shot them. And if we didn't throw them out there, he'd shoot at us. I mean, that's how bad he was. Well, we had one little black kitten, and he was scared to death of a black cat. Little devil. So we had one we hid in the bottom of the only closet that was in this house, and that cat hid in there. We kept it hid in there for I don't know how long. And it would, we'd get it out at night, and that cat would, because its mama and all its little siblings had done shot. So that little cat would climb up on your shirt and sit right here and suck on your earlobe. And it did it slap till it was grown. And when we finally got that cat out, Daddy was scared of it because he was scared of a black cat. He said, for many times, if a black cat crossed the road in front of him, he would turn around and go the other way. I don't know what it was. I know that's a superstition, guys, but I don't know what it was about that particular superstition, because a lot of them he wasn't superstitious about, but black cats he did not like. So anyway, let's see. Our last calico that was those colors was named Zelda. That's cute. Yeah, my dad was something else, guys. Y'all just don't know. I told my kids we ought to all, my brother and my sister and I, we ought to all be really mentally, and we probably are, I think we're all about sociopaths, or what do you call it, bipolar or something, from all the trauma we've had in our lives. And, Mom was scared to death of him, so she just did whatever. Only thing, when he'd hit her, she'd turn her face like this so he could hit her on the other side. That'd make him madder. But she did it every time. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. We're down to one cat. He's an excellent barn cat. Oh, he comes in sometimes. Well, this one will be an outside cat. He may figure out how to come in. The other cat will come up and come to the door and meow, wanting us to come outside, but it will not come in the door. Joey has held the door open, trying to get it to come in. And, he was wild, and he was grown when he showed up here. So he was very, very skinny, bless his heart. And he had a rough life, that little cat had. So, it took us forever to get where we could get our hands on him. And I can pick him up now, but he don't want to stay picked up long. And he'll follow you around, and he wants you to love on him, but on his terms, not on your terms. You can pet him just for a minute, and then he goes. He'll walk away from you and stand off 4 foot or something and just look at you like, anyway. Brent, he's a cool cat. Our little cat, the one that's outside, Joey said he heard some rumbling over there on the wood pile, and he said he looked around, he didn't know what it was, and he got real quiet, and he said, wasn't but a few minutes, here comes the cat out with a rat in his mouth. I guess a mouse in its mouth. But anyway, it come out of the woods over there, our stock wood pile. So Jovita says that her neighborhood is a sanctuary for drop-off cats. People it's really sad. Here in LaGrange, they have started where they will go and they will, stray cats, if you can catch them, they will fix all the females free. They used to fix the males too, but they've stopped doing that. But the county or Humane Society or whatever pays for all the female cats that are found to be put up. Let's see. Love animals too much here. Too many dogs. We did too as kids. We had more darn dogs. But Sullivan brought us some fresh hay today. He just won a prize for having the best hay in the country. Wow, that's nice. Push the bottom of the camper door and go out. He had a bunch of coyotes last night, and I worry. Had these cats for 9 years. Bless your heart. Chrissy, you got a pile of animals in your camper too. So I understand what you got. Three dogs, 3 or 4 dogs, and 1 or 2 cats. Bless your heart. But anyhow, Jovita says we got 4 minutes, guys. Get a 3rd harvest of the day this year. That's great. 2 black cats, a brother and a sister, and they're both fixed. That's probably a good thing. Yeah, it seems like every time we get a cat fixed around here, it disappears, so I don't know. We thought that big old owl was getting them around here, and we still think that's what happened, but you know how that goes. So we've not got this stray cat, the one that caught the rat today. We've not got him fixed yet, and I don't know that we will. He's the only cat around here until we come up with this one. We will definitely get her fixed because I'm not going to have a yard full of kittens or cats running around here. Just can't afford it, Plus, some cats will get after your chickens, especially the baby chicks. 4 dogs. Oh, no, one has a big tumor. Oh, no. Think the coyotes know. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Guys, got to let y'all know, let's be nice to the crazies out there because we don't know what they're going to do. Be nice to folks, really and truly, people. There are some things going on in this world that all I can say is we've got to pray harder because things have changed so much from back in the day, from normal, just life. I really believe taking Christ out of the schools and has really made a difference, guys, because you didn't have the stuff, when people talk, there's just, I don't know if it's kids don't get raised or there's just no 2 parents in relationships anymore or what it is, but people are just insane this day and time. There's so much mental illness and people that feel entitled, they're supposed to do and supposed to get, and it doesn't matter what, I guess it's that mentality, everybody gets a trophy at the beauty pageant or whatever. Well, you can't do that. And every kid gets a trophy for participating in softball or play, kids sports. You just can't do that. That just teaches them that you ain't got to really try. You ain't got to be the one that's making all the plays or whatever. I guess I'm just one of those people that feels that way, but it just seems that way. People are nuts. It's just something else, guys. Need to help people get out to the country. Yep. It'd probably help a lot of these city folks to have to do a little bit of yard work and grow some vegetables. It'd probably be good for them, you know. I pray daily for all in need and throw a few extra prayers for those that doubt the power of prayer. Ain't that the truth? Well, guys, we've only got 1 minute, so I'm going to probably get on out of here since I didn't get in here until late. Actually, probably 5 more minutes, but we're going to go ahead and get out of here. But I appreciate y'all. When you're on your way out, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. I need it. But I appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming in and hanging out with me. And you tell Charlie I said good night and give him a little kiss and hug for me. And we will see y'all all later. Y'all be sweet. Next week, same time, same place, guys.